This video is about the restoration of a 1949 Daimler DB Consort. This is one of two vehicles I recently purchased as part of an unfinished project. This car and its sister car were both substantially dismantled, but very little work has been done over the last 20 to 30 years. The car, in fact, has been off the road since 1974. Quite some time. Condition is not too bad. Obviously there's rust in the sills and parts of the floor and so on, but nothing that can't be restored. Over the past 30 years I've restored 10 classic vehicles. This will be my 11th. And I thought on this occasion I'd make a video record just to show what can be done in a home workshop situation. I've had no formal training in vehicle restoration or in any aspect of vehicle restoration. It's just something I've picked up over experiencing the restoration of 10 other vehicles. My approach to restoration may not be the same as others, but what I like to do, of course, is to completely dismantle the vehicle. In this case, a lot of that's been done. Then I look at the condition, repair what's necessary, and then reassemble. The approach I also take is to work on the mechanics and the body simultaneously. So you need the space. I have a space here in this garage, space to put the running gear separate from the body, and I can work on both components depending on what I want to do at the time or the availability of parts and so on. The video itself I'll actually split up into different segments dealing with body, mechanics, painting, upholstery, assembly and so on, just to make it a bit easier to look at how things come together that way. Why do I do it? Like many people, I have an interest in classic vehicles. I like to see the history of vehicles maintained. So vehicles like this would eventually end up in a scrap heap, scrap metal somewhere, and be lost forever. But you can actually take something like this and bring it back to life, and that gives personal satisfaction to me. The first task I'm going to do, of course, is to remove the body from the chassis. This does actually have a separate chassis and body. But to remove the body I'm going to have to make some form of lifting jig so I can lift the body up, remove the chassis out from under it, and then lower it down onto some form of working platform that I can actually wheel around the workshop. What I'll also be doing too is when I make this jig I'll have it so that I can actually tilt the vehicle on its side so I can actually work on the sills at a more comfortable height. The older you get, the less you like actually climbing under vehicles, and particularly when you're welding, it's very difficult, and it's a lot easier if you've got things up to a proper eye height. So when I lift the car up, or the body up, the jig will be designed such that I can actually tilt it sideways. The jig has to be mounted to the floor because in this vehicle there's actually a fair degree of wood. The centre door pillars are actually bolted to a wooden beam that goes across the open door arches, so you can't lift it from the root. Hence, floor will be used, and I'll appropriate cross brace to stop the body from twisting.